Okay,
And you're live.
we are live.
Yay.
Well, hello there, everybody. Yay.
We made it.
So sorry about that. Of course, technical difficulties. We are live now, the Big Daddy Show, with my amazing guest. I'm going to introduce her in a couple of seconds here. I want to thank all of the sponsors that have helped out with this. We got a bag. All of my speakers, all of my guests will be getting a bag. The Big Daddy Smiles Loud as You Can guest gift bag. You got to see what's in this bad boy. I've got everything. Got a little backpack. Got, thanks to Ben Stowe, we got a speaker cord, and
Yes,
we got
sir.
gaff tape. I got Perfect Portals has helped out. I got a first aid kit. I have no idea what that's going to be used for. Probably to not hurt myself anymore. Hello.
You'd be surprised. We
this?
use it all the time.
I got Perfect Portals. I got a Blizzard t-shirt and a few other things. But let's get to the matters at hand. This lovely person that has joined me this evening as my initial interview is the one and only Nicki Nell from VSP Productions in Springfield, Massachusetts. The world, DJ Nicki Nell. Nice round of applause, please. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I am so honored, Big Daddy.
My honor. My honor.
Absolutely.
So a couple of, we're just, we're going to go back a little back and forth as they've only given me a half an hour, and you and I could talk for hours on end about absolutely nothing, but we want to get to the matters at hand.
Sure.
How did you get started in this business?
Well, very unintentionally. Never in a million years did I. Actually, I don't even think you even know my story, do you?
No.
So I'll do a quick recap. So pretty much my career before, being a DJ and entrepreneur, I was a professional dancer and choreographer. That was my thing. Traveled all across the country, was part of the United States dance team, even across the world. So that was my, previous career. And ironically, during some of my dance classes, some kids, loved the music that I was playing in class, and randomly, one of them asked me to play music for their birthday party, which was so random. So I slowly started to do that. And next thing you know, I'm doing some side hustling DJing on the side. And then I ended up falling very, very ill in my dance career, got cut short. And in that time of, healing, I decided it's time to change careers. And then I went, I went all in on DJing, and now I'm here.
Now, did you start as DJ production or DJ?
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I consider, like, when I was doing all that, that those little small gigs for my students, I don't really consider that when I started DJing. I consider
right.
When I actually started my business in 2011. So I actually started as a business. And actually back then it was called Infinite Entertainment. I rebranded in 2017 as Visual Sound Productions because I saw the company going in a different direction, and I wanted a little bit more of a broader name.
And that's when you started going into the production end of it and PAs and everything else that you guys incredibly do.
Correct.
And now you've gone sideways, not sideways, but upwards, onwards and upwards, sideways, but onwards and upwards to the sideways.
And again, unintentionally, right?
Right. So you have how many divisions do we have now?
So we now have 4 divisions. So I divided the company into 4 divisions, each in their own specialty and each with their own departments and their own employees under them. So my biggest thing was on focus, right? If you're going to be the best of the best at something, you need to put 100% focus into it. And I feel like we were just doing all too much. And even like on our, on our Facebook and Instagram pages, like, why are we having our corporate commercials on the same page as like our wedding videos, right? It just seemed like there was just too much going on. So we have a division for weddings, a division for multimedia, a division for AV, and then a talent division.
Love it. Love it. And how's it going so far?
It's going really good. So I just officially did it a few months ago. So it's super, super fresh. And it's becoming very clear the more as the days go on and the more the clients reach out, who they need to talk to directly for certain things. So
Got it.
I'm still in the process of, figuring out a lot of the back end stuff, but it's exactly what needed to be done.
Now in each division, you have somebody besides you. You're on the top, but then each division has its own leader, if you will.
Yep, we call them directors. So each division has their own director. So I oversee everything, but I also am taking the lead on the wedding division.
And I was going to say, and Brandon is one of those guys that's,
Yep.
I love Brandon. He's a great kid.
He is.
You've got some wonderful people. Now we officially met in Atlantic City a few years ago.
Actually, technically, our first time meeting was in Chicago.
2 years ago.
Yep.
When you went to McKee.
Correct. Yep.
And it was one of those that this is what you need to do. This is what you need to see. And this is where you need to be. And you were, and honestly, it's amazing to watch everything that you do. And then we officially met again.
Yes.
Not officially, but when we were at Harvest,
so
we got close. Yeah. More at Harvest of Sound.
And you got to see what we could do too, which was really cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got to, and it was, guys out there, everybody out there, this show is going to be not just about DJing. It's going to be about life and everything. And what Nicki is sharing is what is from here. And what drives you? What is your passion that drives you as hard as you go?
My passion is the music. That's where dancing, that's
Sure.
where my love for dance started, was through the music. And now to go from, physically doing, the interpretation of the music to now being able to manipulate the sounds on the other end is a really, really cool, different perspective on that. So it's really the music that, really, really means the world to me. But also the people, like my clients have literally become my friends.
Isn't that the best?
It's insane. It's amazing. And it's so funny. Like in this past month, I had this one client that I did their Jack and Jill like 5 years ago, right? I couldn't do their wedding because it was far away and they didn't want to pay for anybody to go. But I just did like her cousin's wedding. And then 2 weeks later, I did her other cousin's wedding. And I was like, oh my God, how am I still seeing you? She's like, I'm always recommending you. I'm always telling everybody about you. And it's just you build those connections and people go out of their way to mention your name and to recommend you. And, it's just awesome.
Yeah, that's the best part.
It's just awesome.
The best part of all of that is the fact that you're only as good as your last event. That's one of the big things. And if your last event stunk, then you're in big trouble. You've got to give and I see you, I watch you, and I'm in awe of you're mixing on Twitch and everything else, and watching what you do and watching what you did in those 3 days we were together in Boston. I'm going, this girl has got it. That's what you have to remember, what you're doing, because they're going to remember you forever. And we're going to get to me for 1 second. I am doing a bar mitzvah in 2020 where I did the father's bar mitzvah. Then I did his wedding. And now I'm doing his kids' bar mitzvahs.
Look at that.
That's because
become the family DJ and you get to be a part of the best days of their lives. That's
correct.
So rewarding. That's so rewarding.
That's what it's all about. That's what we have the blessing to do every time we go out there. You got to give it your all no matter what. And through your injuries and everything else, look where you've come and everything else. And
everything happens for a reason. I am the biggest advocate for that. And you're the master of your own ship. You can make anything happen. I have these crazy ideas all the time in my head. And it's just, you can literally make anything happen. You just got to put your mind to it. It's amazing what we can do as humans. I don't think people realize how powerful we are as human beings. It's amazing what we can do.
As long as you do it with a positive attitude
of
and
course.
you're not looking to hurt somebody, oh, if I do this, that'll put this person. And no. Because there's only one Nicki Nell. There's only one whoever else. What you do, why are they going to call you first? Because you have something that somebody else doesn't. And it's not equipment. It's not equipment or any of the other stuff that goes along with it. It's what you have here and what you have here.
No, I completely
That's what
agree.
it's all about.
All the same equipment. We all play the same songs. It's
Yep.
like, you know.
And all right. 3 lessons or takeaways that you can share with my friends, our friends now.
Yes.
Our friends,
our
family, kiddo. You poor thing. You're a part of my family now. You're screwed.
I know. I'm stuck. Well, I think what I've learned, especially being a multi-op, I can really speak on that because that's mostly been, my main focus. Your biggest investment is your employees. I cannot tell you enough how important that is to take care of them. It's okay to wait off on some new equipment and things like that when you
Right.
gotta take care of your people, especially when you're a multi-op. And like, this is the other thing too. There's some people who are multi-ops that are literally just one person. And I don't think that that's self-sustainable. Like, in order to be the best of anything, you need, like I said, you need to have focus in on something. And I think it's important for you, if you want to be a multi-op, to invest in other people who have that specialty and can focus in on that and can run that part of things for you. But it is very hard to find people who are trustworthy and care about your brand as much as you do. Trust me, I get it. You're going to go through a lot of people,
right?
You're going to go through a lot of people, but once you find those ones, you got to take very good care of them, and you got to keep them. That should be your biggest investment and your main focus, especially when you're doing the whole multi-op for everything.
Yeah. And especially how you're doing it with everything that you are doing, not just your DJ end, your production end and everything else that you're doing. And like you said, finding the right people. There are people that do want to work, but there are people that you find that are only there for the paycheck.
Yes.
On the end of the DJing part that we're doing,
you
want people that nobody's ever going to be a Nicki. Nobody's ever going to be whoever else.
Yep.
But you want them to have that kind of mindset where, okay, I'm going to make these people's day the most amazing day ever.
Yeah. It's not about us.
It's not about us. Again.
It never is.
No.
About them.
The quote is, if there's no them, there is no us.
Yeah.
I say it ad nauseum. You got to remember, because you never know who's in that crowd. You never know that that's somebody in that crowd of maybe it's only 30 people. I've done weddings as small as 25 people.
Yeah.
Those weddings, I picked up like 4 or 5 because they go, you realize that there's only 25 people here. I said, yeah, but these people have seen me entertain 250. They deserve that.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And that's why you and I get along so well, because we both believe it's all about them.
I'm all in. I'm all in. And that's literally how I've gotten all of my business. I've been in business for 12 years. I've never paid a cent for advertising. It's literally all about, if you put on, if you give 100%, people are going to see that. And your energy is so infectious, and people don't realize that. That's why I don't understand why there's some DJs who sit down while they're mixing or like, you need to be up, you need to be interacting with everybody, you need to be giving them that love so they can give it back to you. And there's certain moments that happen that really resonate with people, and they're going to remember that night, and they're going to remember you, and they're going to want that at their special event.
It's so easy. And when you're talking about sitting, I do sit.
Yep.
I sit, not all night.
But you said you have a high stool, though.
I have a high stool. You'd never know I was sitting.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yeah, and I also jump and dance, and my legs go, what were you thinking, you big fat pig? What were you thinking dancing like that? Your legs go, what are you, nuts? But you got to be smiling.
Yeah, because you should be happy at your job.
Yeah, and the big thing is, you got these guys, they said they weren't going to be a big dance. Nicki, let me ask you a question. When
Sure.
somebody says to you, we're not that big a dancing crowd, is that a challenge to you?
No, it's not, because I already know that I know how to set the tone.
Right.
So it's never, I always just tell them, don't worry about that. We'll let the evening decide on how,
Yeah. Yeah.
and but there are times where, like, they're not crazy ragers, but you can still set that tone that's appropriate, and you still have the head bobbing and a few people
And the feet tapping and the
Yeah.
fingers snapping. You
Yeah.
know that they're listening, but
Mhm.
they don't want to go out.
Yeah, but there's people who will go out that you'd be surprised, that can. But yeah, no, it's never a challenge. You got to play for that crowd, because sometimes they'll tell you, "Hey, we're not a big dancing crowd," and everybody's out there. And sometimes they're like, "Oh, hey, my family's crazy," and the day
You
of,
get 10 of them, the 10
it's
of them on
very
the dance
chill.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Well-
always tell them, you never know.
By challenge for me, I mean, okay, you're not a dancing crowd, everything else.
Mhm.
That's my challenge. By first day, if I'm doing a wedding, well, folks, before your first dance, everybody in your crowd will be up and moving and going berserk.
Yep.
And the biggest question, and you do this, you give it everything you can, but you make it the Abbott family style.
Yes,
Meaning
exactly.
that, you know what I'm saying?
Different
You-
style,
you-
yes, but you're
Yes.
still going to give it 100%. I'm still going to be mixing. I'm still going to be on the mic.
Right.
We could play some sing-alongs, or we could do like an anniversary dance to get people up and going. And there's so
Yeah.
many ways to do it without playing a line dance too, by the way.
Oh, amen. Amen.
There's so many ways to do it.
Oh, there's so many ways. Oh, don't you think that doing the cha-cha slide? I'm the guy that brought the cha-cha slide up here in 2007. I will never forgive myself for that. But DJ Castle was a dear friend who I passed away a couple of months ago, and I still miss him a lot. But yeah, it's just so different now than it used to be, because you got all these kids and whatever. But how did you get connected? What made you connect? How did we connect from your point of view? You and I.
Well, why do we get along?
Yes.
Yeah, why do we get along? It's your energy. Your energy matches my energy. I am all about surrounding myself with positive people, and people who want to see me strive and aren't like, oh, this is another DJ. You know what I mean? Like, we don't look at each other as competition, and we're relatively close. We're not far from each other. And I love that. And you're just always smiling. Like, it's hard. It's actually hard to not like you, to be quite honest.
Well, I'm sure there's some people listening and watching going, oh, she's out of her mind.
But I'm all about energy, baby. And you got the right energy. And I'm like, okay, I like this.
This is why I had to get to know you more. Watching what you did at Harvest of Sound, with everything you had, with all the guys who were working hard and everything else, I'm going, this story needs to be told more.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're doing, as far when you mixed it, your mix set in Vegas was holy crap. And wherever you go, whenever just your smile on your face tells me, oh, this woman is having the time of her friggin' life. That's what it's all about. That's why I had you on first. I had you on first because I love you to death. And number two, the world needs to see who you really are.
Thank you.
And that's, and we got 3 minutes to wrap this up, because how did I do? I didn't cuss once. I'm impressed.
You were an angel.
Oh, trust me, when this thing goes off air, trust me, I'll be outside cussing.
We're gonna be letting it all out.
Oh yes. Now I want you to tell everybody how they can get a hold of you on social handles, everything, because I want the world to get to know you.
All right.
Done.
So not only do I own, Visual Sound Productions, which you could follow, our story at Visual Sound Prod, PROD. And like I said, now we have 4 different divisions that have 4 different stories and Instagrams. So when you go on our main page, you'll see the different links to those. And I'm also a professional performance DJ. My DJ name is DJ Nicki Nell. I'm really big about, doing the unexpected, and I love manipulating music and doing different mashups and doing different routines and everything. I also do my own edits. So if you want to follow my musical journey, you can come check me out. Everything's at DJ Nicki Nell. It's NICKINELL. And yeah, come follow the journey. I'm all about supporting other people. That's my biggest thing. We are all in this together. We want to build the DJ industry as a whole. We are all in this together. So I really appreciate you having me, Big Daddy. And thank you everybody who has tuned in. It means a lot. And I have a lot more to share. So, we'll do this again. We'll do this again.
We might have to do a part 2 in a couple of months. Yes. Nicki and Big Daddy revisited.
Yes.
Part 2. But
part 2.
Nicki, I cannot thank you enough. This has been so much fun. And I adore you and everybody out there watching and listening. This woman is amazing. I wanted to say something else, but I promised John you are amazing. And I am honored to call you a friend and a little sister.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget my sponsors. Hold on. Nicki gets his bag. Oh, she's going to be so excited when this comes in the mail.
Spoiling me, guys.
There's gaff tape, a first aid kit, just in case you hurt yourself with Ben Stowe, NLFX, Perfect Portals, Blizzard Lighting. Everybody that has given me something for this. John Young, honored. Yeah. Dan Carpenter, you're the man. Next time you're going to be on with us just so I can laugh. We can laugh together. But Nicki Nell, the best. Love you all. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, guys.